but we need more people to be willing to do the correct thing instead of the more popular thing, because the more popular thing is what's making policing seem like it's more of a headache than what it's, what people perceive it to be. All right, so in this next video, it's not too often I feel wrong about a subject. Usually I feel like I do enough research, or at least to get me to have a full understanding on the positions that I have. And when it comes to policing, it feels like policing just needs an entire rewrite. You know what I'm saying? We need to break it down and start from square one, because when policing started, it wasn't for the cause that we see it as now, or what we expect now. It didn't even start off like that. So why would we expect something that wasn't built for that? But every once in a while, it is policing that is caught on camera that has me thinking, maybe there's hope. Maybe if these kind of cops and this kind of policing is politicized, you know what I'm saying? Like politics is always looking at the negative stuff of what's happening in policing. If our media and people like us, people like myself, can spotlight and focus on good policing, which I'm gonna start trying to do more often, maybe we can set the expectation for policing higher. And we can show this is good policing, this is very bad policing. And maybe we don't need to do a whole reset on policing, and maybe we can kind of project better policing out there as an example that this is how it needs to be done. So let's go ahead and see what I'm talking about.
You better grab my neck. You better grab my neck. I got it. Why are you grabbing my neck? Are we going to go Let it go. You He gotta get to the building. No, he won't get to the building. So a camera.
Ooh. Go ahead, Dr. Ricci. Ooh. Hey.
Humanity.
Take your time, brother.
One officer wanted to physically escalate, arrest, or whatever else. But there was a good guy with heart and a uniform. You don't see that.
Yeah.
And I got to say this, brother, you touched me. Because I know that you're not popular right now.
That's true.
With the rest of your colleagues. I know you have offended likely your own supervisor. But I guarantee you this. You made your mama proud. You made your father proud. You made us proud.
And now actually know.
All right, hey, let me finish, lady. Damn. Okay. Now, some people are probably thinking, hey, Dr. Ricci's being, fake. Those are crocodile tears. He's not really crying. And I don't know. I don't know Dr. Ricci's heart, but I think I want to feel that he's being genuine, because if something like that, if just seeing a video like that, seeing a cop taking one of his own people, one of his fellow officers, pulling them to the side and say, hey, let it go. Calm the hell down, bruh. Let it go. Hey, let me handle you. You up here, you're at a 10. I need you to come down to a 4. If you can't, let me handle it. You don't see that often. And I think that's what's getting him all emotional, because it's usually you're a police officer. You need to control the situation by any means necessary. If you need to flip-flop and flip him over to get him to comply, that's what you need to do. If you need to pull his arm back and get him in a chokehold and slam him on the ground, do what you have to do to get control. But as a the black officer did, hey, let me handle this. He wasn't being aggressive, and he's a big guy. He could have easily took the young dude down. But I'm pretty sure, hey, let's just kill the animosity in the air, and let's have a conversation. Policing doesn't always have to be you listen to me, you're not listening, let's get physical. And we already know who's going to win 9 times out of 10 out of that battle. What happened to communicating? And that's what I love with that video. Not only did, because I'm pretty sure he was, at the end of the video, at some point, he got what needed to be done. If old boy needed to leave, I'm pretty sure he got him to leave. But he also talked to his fellow officer to calm the hell down. And like Dr. Richie said, I'm pretty sure he's not popular because you don't do that, especially not in public. You either back up your officers or walk away. That's simple. But we need more people to be willing to do the correct thing instead of the more popular thing. Because the more popular thing is what's making policing seem like it's more of a headache than what it's, what people perceive it to be. So that's what we need, is more communication between officers and whoever they're trying to detain, and officers with other officers. That's what we need. All right, let's go ahead and get into the next example of amazing policing.
Why is your pants down, man?
That far they go.
What?
That far they go.
You ain't got any other pants?
No.
Because you can't be walking around like that, boss.
I'm gonna go get some more pants.
You gonna get it from where?
Downtown. I'm gonna go get some clothes.
But you said it's downtown. That's too far.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some now.
You need it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some now.
Because I can't keep getting calls about you walking around like that.
Okay.
Let me take you to Walmart. You want to go to Walmart real quick? I'll go buy you a pair of pants.
Okay.
You cool
I
with
need
that?
some shoes too.
All right, come on.
I need some shoes too.
It's not for me. I found a gentleman out there that needs some clothes, so I'm doing the best I can. Mr. Grimes, please take care of yourself, okay? And try to keep your clothes on.
Try to keep the pants on. All right. Let's put up a little more.
Peace officer.
Woo. Peace officer.
When cops are certified, they're certified as peace officers. I have background to this young hero who, by the way, has a history of doing things like this.
All right, Dr. Richie, let me take it from here. I appreciate that. Invite me to your show one day. Maybe we can have more of a conversation. But once again, a prime example of policing not always ending in, I'm writing you a ticket. I'm going to put you in handcuffs. Hey, you need to leave out of here. And if I catch you again, I'm going to split your wig. Like, it doesn't always have to end like that. That officer probably had to spend a couple of his own dollars for this for this older gentleman, and he didn't have to. There's no, I didn't read no policing book or their manuals or their instructions, but I'm pretty sure nowhere in there says that you have to spend your own money on a homeless guy. Just lock him up, throw him in a squad car, fill out a couple of forms when you get to the precinct, and lock him up. How many times have we seen that or heard stories or witnessed it ourselves of, hey, there's a homeless guy that people are, I'm assuming was calling and complaining about this black guy, just, stuff all hanging out. He easily could have resorted to what is popular. Lock up, throw away the homeless, get them out of sight, out of mind type thing. We don't need to be seeing it, but yet he took his own time, took his own money. I know that's a strange concept to a lot of people. Like, wait, my time? I have to spend my own time, and let alone my own money to help someone I don't even know and probably should be thrown in jail? I know that's so strange for a lot of people, but that's what you call a peace officer. No, but you guys want the blood. You guys want the harassment. You guys want to see the arm bent behind the back and thrown in the squad car. And you know, if he's resisting even a little bit, you know, rough him up a little bit. You know, give him a little one, because he if he defends himself, then now you're abusing a police officer. So you can take as many free shots as you can, and you probably just get a slap on the wrist. He could have easily took that route. Probably would have got a couple of brownie points, you know, from his teammates and other crazy supporters who like and champion that kind of policing. But he didn't do that. He took the weird, narrow path to be, I mean, what's that word? A human being. He decided to be a understanding human being. But I mean, if he catches him again with his stuff all hanging out, then he can say, hey, I bought you clothes. I took the time to help you out. Now, what are you doing out here with your stuff all hanging out? Then you could take further actions if you need. Maybe not the beating, but you at least attempted to reconcile the situation without it getting, you know, ugly or always throwing somebody in jail over something so petty. You see what I'm saying? So I think we have one more. Do we got one more? Yes, we do. All right, let's go ahead and check this out.
Hey, I'm good, brother. Listen, Tyler, this is for you, brother. I gave you a break today. I didn't give you 92 and a 65. I gave you a ticket for not having your driver's license possession. You could have got 2 tickets today. But here's the thing. I don't like to see young kids out here doing what they're doing and not paying attention to what they're doing, okay? Tired of reading about it in the paper. 19, 20-year-old killed because they weren't paying attention to what they're doing. This could have been one of those cases, Tyler. Wake up. If you don't wake up, you ain't gonna wake up.
You ain't gonna wake up.
Does that make sense? I hope so. Let's not go through this again.
All right, hey, Dr. Richie, don't trip. I got you, bruh. I got you. All right, check this out. I'm not advocating for letting or having police officers always let people go. As you see, that was a young white man, or at least I think he was white. I'm not saying, you know, hey, you know, just let, you know, only black people go off or because that was a black police officer. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying show a little compassion. If you can just write 1 ticket instead of 2 to show like, hey, I'm trying to look out for you. I'm doing myself a disservice by just writing you 1 ticket instead of 2. I need you to listen to me though. That's the key thing, not the ticket itself, because you might be able to look at the ticket and be like, hey, I can't be doing this, that, and the third. But what's more impactful than just writing a ticket, a $200-$300 ticket, is saying, hey, I'm gonna scratch that. But I need you to look me in the face. I need you to record this. Put this on your Instagram, your TikTok, or whatever. But I need you to listen. If you continue to drive like reckless like this, doing 90 and a 40, you're going to get somebody else hurt, or you're going to get yourself hurt. And it's going to be bad, whichever outcome happens. I need you to slow it down. Next time you get in those tickets. But I don't want to see you in the newspaper, in the obituary section. Don't want to see that. So I'm going to throw away this ticket, but I need you to understand the words that is coming out of my mouth. Something like that is more impactful. That's going to carry with that young man. Like, man, he could have hit me with $200-$300 tickets, but he didn't. But that message that I recorded is going to stick with me forever. I remember some of the simple run-ins that I had with the police. I gotten pulled over for a broken tail light, and I didn't have no driver's license or insurance, and I was going to jail. You know what I'm saying? The officer's like, hey, I'm gonna have to lock you up. You know what I'm saying? You get your bond straight, whatever. But one thing, I had my wife and my 3 little kids, like they were tiny, like 5-6 years old. And he could have, threw me on a trunk of my car. Kids is all watching and crying. He could have did that. But what he did was he let me take my jewelry off, give it to my wife, and he let me walk to the squad car behind my car. He let me walk back there. And then, of course, he arrested me and put me in a car. He didn't have to do that. He could have embarrassed me in front of my wife, in front of my kids. He could have made it a whole big old crazy scene. But no, he let me, my wallet give to my wife so nothing happens to the little cash that I had, to my earrings and watch or something like that. He didn't have to do that. But he showed me grace. He, at least enough grace that he could in that moment. He showed me that one-on-one human connection. Like, hey, I don't want to do this in front of your little kids. That's going to set a bad image in their head. I don't want to do that. And he was a white officer. And I appreciate that. I remember that was like, maybe 8-9 years ago. I remember that till this day. And I will never forget that. And hopefully that will continue to build with other people. And we might be able to have policing like it should be here in America. That's simple. All right, let's go to the next video. Let's go.
Thank you for listening, and don't forget to join the conversation by subscribing. Make sure to tune in next time, and like always, power to you, power to me, power to the people, power to the pod.